Broadcasting from the KJFM Radio Barn at 102.1. This is KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, Eagle 102. Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Well, it's boys' night tonight, this evening, and they are opening up the action here from the Bowling Green tournament. Marion Everhart, Gordon Sanders will be in with us in just a little bit as number 4 Louisiana is about to take on number 5 Van Far. It's that 4-5 matchup. It's going to be a good one. Of course, the Van Far Indians just coming off a big win over at the Palmyra tournament where they took home that championship trophy over the number 1 seed Palmyra Panthers. We'll break it all down for you during the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Southside, Castile's Color Wheel, and Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, Louisiana has been on quite a little run here lately. They've had some big games, including last week when Jack Logan scored his 1,000th career point down at Silex High School. They've had, and then also had a big game against Pittsfield last week. They got a big win on, but as we mentioned before, Van Far is riding a high as well. They went over to the Palmyra Invitational Tournament, went in as the number 3 seed. It was Hannibal who they expected to play in the semifinal game after defeating Clark County, but Hannibal was upset by Monroe City, the number 7 seed. So Van Far went in, took on Monroe City, got the win there, then made their way to the championship game where they faced number 1 Palmyra and brought home that championship trophy. I believe they said it was the first time they've done it since, I think, going off the top of my head here, folks, 2005. So it was a big win for them over there. So, again, coming in on a little bit of a high as well. Louisiana is going to play a physical game. They're going to be, up and down the court. They're going to look. Van Far's going to have to find a way to shut down Jack Logan. On the other end of things, they're going to have to figure out a way to shut down Nikos Conaway. So it's going to be a busy, fun basketball game for you. Other games going on in the other gym right now, the high school gym. Mark Froelich has Ellsbury and Silex. You can hear that game in its full by visiting kjfmradio.com. You can find the video link there. He'll have that for you from start to finish as well. Second games this evening here in the middle school gym. Number 3 North Callaway will take on number 6 Winfield. And over in the high school gym, number 2 Clopton taking on number 7 Bowling Green. So lots of basketball action going on here from the 98th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. We're going to talk about those keys to the game for you coming up next as you're listening to the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar LLC, County Market, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Keys tonight, I think, is going to come down to a tough defense. As we mentioned, Van Far has to find a way to stop Jack Logan. He's been averaging somewhere around 20, 22 points a game, if I remember correctly, Gordon. Jack Logan.
On the season.
On the season.
Yeah, and going through a stretch where he's been about 30 points a game for their last better part of half dozen ball games as well.
But let's not rule out some of those players coming off the bench. Wyatt Martin is a big one.
Yeah, he's made some significant strides, if you will. His post moves, his ability to control the ball, control his body on those feeds inside, and Cooper Lumley playing even bigger than he is. I mean, as it is, he's 6+, but he did a great job, just like Wyatt Martin did when they were facing much taller opponents a couple places along the way. And if they can continue to do that, the key, Jack's going to get his through the course of the game. If you try to take Jack out of the equation, then other folks have to step up. And they'll be pleased if they're getting that 6, 8, 9, 10 points a game from a few key players.
This is one of those games, Gordon, I don't know about you, but I enjoy being in this smaller gym because they are going to be up and down the court so quickly between the two, pushing it.
Well, talking to Coach Conway, when you look at the strength, the opportunity, getting up and down the court, given his preference, he said Van Far every time will look for a bigger gym because it allows them to get up and down the court quicker, gives them more space to work with. They actually have to rein in what they do a little bit, according to Coach Conway, when you're in a smaller gym.
Okay, and for Van Far, I think we mentioned before, Louisiana's going to have to find a way to shut down Nikos Conway.
It's interesting when you talk about that matchup and what you see on paper, Marianne. The two ball clubs are very similar in some regards. You have a little bit of difference as far as age and experience and things along those lines. But Nikos and Jack are the two individuals that have to be addressed. If your game plan doesn't include slowing down, you're not going to stop Nikos, just like you're not going to stop Jack. Yeah. If your game plan doesn't involve slowing them down somewhat, at that point, you're just begging for them to beat you, and given an opportunity, both will be able to do that.
So these two teams faced each other early on in the season. Unfortunately, it was at that game that Donovan Richards got injured and was out for a good portion of time. Donovan's back for this game. It was a good matchup then, and they played at Van Far. So be anxious to see how they come away with this one as well.
We'll reference again the conversation with Coach Conway, because we just saw Van Far on Saturday night when they were winning the Palmyra tournament, and he referenced himself and Coach Redding when having a conversation with Tanner Fenwald regarding that awareness that the Louisiana feel is going to be a little bit different. They lost Donovan in that game. Donovan's now back.
Right.
And both teams are at different points in the season than they were a little bit earlier. Van Far's continuing to come and also finding its identity as players are continuing to make their presence felt. You mentioned Wyatt Martin before, Cooper Lumley as well. Kenny McCormick if he gets open,
Oh, my
he
goodness.
gets on a tear.
Yes.
Kenny can open up the floor dramatically. And the defense of Wyatt Harrison, who, if you take a look in your schedule, you'll see him not identified, right?
Well,
Or was that-
I don't know. They were reprinting some books today. So
Okay, so depending on what you have, that might actually be there
Right.
and be available to you. Wyatt Harrison wears number 1 for Louisiana and has played the role of defensive stopper, but can also get on a tear from outside. Louisiana, kind of like Van Far, a number of players who can get hot and knock down the outside shot. So, again, on paper, if both teams play as well as they can play, it's a heck of a matchup.
Absolutely. And since he's right here below us, one of the officials tonight that's probably going to decide how much fun we have, Adam Falloon. I mean, I just don't know. Between him and, I don't know, he's just here. Oh, actually, congratulations to Adam. He just announced that he was elected to go officiate at the Final Four in Springfield in classes 1, 2, or 3 this year. So he announced that today. So congratulations to him, even though we like to give him a little bit of a hard time. It's definitely from a loving situation.
So he's going to be able to take his role of potential fun stopper to a big stage.
Yeah, I know. He was able to do that last year as well. You know, he really enjoys that. So, again, congratulations to him. Best of luck over there. Don't screw it up, Adam, because we'll jump on you.
One other thing we might want to touch on that we may or may not have already. It comes up from time to time, but we've talked about the teams and their familiarity. Doesn't get much more familiar than the coaching staffs are with each other.
That is very true. Of course, I had not mentioned that. Of course, Mike Smith played with Coach Brett Redding, who is looks like he is the head of the helm tonight. We don't see Coach Pat Conaway here this evening, so they're going to battle head-to-head. Brett's son is actually one of the players on the team for Van Far, too. So, these guys are so familiar with each other. They grew up playing the same type of basketball, and watching them coach against each other is going to be a real treat.
Yeah, between Utterback, Redding, Conway, Matt Smith, they're very familiar with how they coach, which means they'll also have opportunities to determine where they're going to mix that up a little bit to try to impact their game plan or what the other team's doing.
All right, we've got your starting lineups. Opening tip coming up next from the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Center Locker Service, and PJ Salon.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we are ready for starting lineups here this evening. We will start with the visitors on the scoreboard tonight. That is the Van Far Indians. They are in their road black jerseys, gold numbers with a white trim. They are starting a 5'7" senior wearing number 5, Cody Smith. A 5'9" junior wearing number 20, Gage Gibson. A 5'9" junior wearing number 24, Nikos Conaway. A 6' freshman wearing number 34, Evan Utterback. And a 6'3" junior wearing number 35, Carter Jennings. So again, they've got Smith, Gibson, Conaway, Utterback, and Jennings. For the Louisiana Bulldogs, they are starting a senior guard wearing number 1, Wyatt Harrison. Another senior guard wearing number 2, Latrell Weber. A junior forward wearing number 3, Cooper Lumley. A senior guard wearing number 5, Donovan Richards. And a senior guard wearing number 23, Jack Logan. Of course, Louisiana in their home white jerseys, cardinal red numbers, and black trim.
The Bulldogs coming into this game with 11-5 record. Van Far's at 9-7 right now. As we had talked about before, even though the record's close to 500, they've played 3 games at home, have the Van Far Indians so far this season.
Yeah.
Their schedule is geared for the postseason. That's what Coach Conaway is looking at. He's wanting Van Far to have every opportunity to excel. The kids used to being on the road, used to being in unfamiliar environments. And we've talked about it time and time again. It's about how well you're playing when districts hit.
That is right.
And that's what they're focused on.
And Van Far will be playing in Sturgeon for districts. Louisiana will be playing in Duchesne. So that tells you they're definitely going to be on the road. All right, Gordon, we're ready for tip-off.
Jennings going to be jumping center for the Indians. Jack Logan for Louisiana. Logan controls the tip, gets it to Lumley. To Weber, who's going to bring it across half court, which is where the Indians will pick up the Bulldogs for the first possession of the ball game. First game of first-round action this evening. Weber kicks it out. Lumley take a three-point shot. Left wing, no good. Harrison almost comes away with the rebound, but Conaway collects it. Quickly cross half court, up to Gibson, right side, then around to Jennings. Swings it around to the left side. Smith. The Van Far Indians going from the right to left of your radio dial. Van Far in their black uniforms with gold numbers, gold trim. Louisiana in their home whites. Conaway's guarded by Harrison to Jennings. Now going to try to lob it into Conaway. Louisiana possibly has seen that
once or twice
before.
Well, let's be honest. Coach Matt Smith has definitely seen that play before.
Clogged up the lane a little bit. The ball went out of bounds. Last touch by Louisiana. Van Far will be inbounding. This one's still scoreless, less than a minute off the clock. Gibson outside the arc, guarded by Weber. Flashing through the paint is Utterback. Weber on the dribble. Goes around to the right wing to Jennings.
I think we expected the man-to-man defense from the Bulldogs.
Smith swinging it around the horn to Gibson. Utterback flashes the paint. Guarded by Logan, brings it right corner, bounce past Conaway. Conaway's going to put up the floater. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Nikos, who was going for his rebound. It was a shot like that won the Palmyra tournament as he was putting up the runner just crossing the free throw line.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing players who follow their shots and able to get those rebounds.
Weber's bringing it up court for the Bulldogs. Goes right side to Harrison. Harrison, Wyatt puts up from the right elbow. Getting the rebound is Lumley, out of bounds. Last touch by Van Far.
And it looks like the rims are not anyone's friend so far this evening.
Weber getting the ball into Wyatt Harrison, who's far side baseline, goes up top. Almost stolen away. Errant pass by Lumley, collected by Weber, who's being guarded by Smith. Backs out near half court. Donovan Richards, rather. Richards, right side to Weber. Into the hands of Jack Logan, who, of course, is covered by Nikos Conaway this evening.
Well, I think we probably expected those two to pair up.
Wyatt Harrison going to get tagged for the travel, and the ball will go to Van Far. Harrison glued to Nikos.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, both moves we expected to see. Nikos crossed half court, dishes it off to Gibson.
And I venture to say those two probably paired up against each other during football season as well.
Nikos Conaway outside the arc, right wing. Now to Smith. Going to drive into paint, look to get a shot up against Richards. Richards gets a piece of it. Weber now in transition. Pulls up just past the free throw line. Floater hits nothing. Smith comes away with the rebound. Working up left side of the court quickly into the paint. Kicks it out to Gibson, who's going to drive and put up the off-balance shot. Rebound Utterback. Utterback swatted from behind by Logan, looking for the foul. Doesn't get it. Now the Bulldogs in transition. Weber to Logan. Logan, three-point shot. Left wing, good.
And that's how this opens up. The first points of the night come from Jack Logan with the big tray.
Both teams, as we talked about before, like getting up and down the court.
Yes, they do.
Nikos Conaway, right wing. Couple steps off him is Wyatt Harrison. Goes left side to Smith. Smith swings it around up top to Jennings. Right side, right back into the hands of Nikos Conaway. Utterback left all alone.
Yeah, Jack Logan's giving him all kinds of space. Really, he's hanging out more in the paint area. Logan is on the defensive side.
Jack Logan there defensively for penetration. Gibson with the ball to Utterback, who's at the right elbow. Still not guarded there. Now deep three put up by Smith. Off the rim, no good. Lumley collects the rebound. Left side to Weber, crossed half court. Looks to push it. Now into the hands of Richards. Slows things down on offense for the Bulldogs. Richards going to back it out near half court. He's picked up by Utterback. He's going to drive into the paint, then kick it back out to Weber. Passes up the three. Drives inside. Kicks it out to Lumley. Lumley to Logan. Logan's going to pull up from 12. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound Conaway. Conaway pushes up court to Gibson. Gibson, right wing. And backs out and sets up the Van Far offense again. Working it around the horn. Jennings to Gibson. All this happening outside the arc. Smith hands it off to Conaway, who's back up top near midcourt.
And now Harrison's giving him a little bit of space, but I have a feeling if he moved up towards the arc anymore, he was going to be stuck like glue. Kind of like they are down the paint right now.
Jack staying rooted in the lane. Smith right side to Jennings. Jennings swings it back around up top. Van Far can kill a little bit of clock as they're working, looking for an open, a high percentage shot. Gibson now dishes it off to Nikos Conaway. See what Harrison does. Drives, then kicks it back out to Gibson again. 3:22 on the clock. 3-0 is the score. Louisiana up by one big bucket. Nikos, left wing, three-point shot up, no good. Lumley high for the rebound that time, going over Utterback and Gibson. Now in transition, Jack Logan quickly down court, hits Lumley. Lumley's going to put up a three. It's good.
Quick 6 points by the Dogs.
2 3-point shots. Van Far wants to talk about it. 2:57 on the clock. The Bulldogs lead the Van Far Indians 6-0.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Ann Lane Boutique, Family Drug, Custom Work Salon, and Advance Eye Care.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
Van Far inbounding the ball, trailing by 6 points in the first quarter of play. Van Far Indians still looking for their first bucket of the ball game. Into the game now for Van Far is Pacey Redding. Redding tries to get the ball inside. It's blocked away. Louisiana has it. So in transition, they back things out. The Bulldogs do. Donovan Richards running the offense for Louisiana. Right wing bounce pass to Lumley on the give and go. Lumley's double teamed. Gets it back to Richards. Now spotting up for a three on the right baseline. No good. Conaway comes away with the rebound. He's going to go the length of the court, lay it off the glass. Can't get it to go, and Lumley hauls in another rebound.
Also in the ball game is Brandon Lay. He wears number 4 for the Indians.
Lay, Redding, Gibson, Conaway, and Jennings on the court for Van Far. Still the original 5 for the Bulldogs. Lumley left elbow has it, kicks it back out to Richards. Richards calls for a screen, and then backs back out to the far wing, near side to Weber. Back to Lumley, back to Weber as they play catch. Weber's going to drive into the paint. If there's a shot, he'll take it, puts it up. Good for 2.
He's got 5 of the 8 here tonight.
1:33 on the clock. Coach Redding hollering instructions for the Van Far Indians. Pacey Redding at the top of the key. Bounce pass to Jennings. Right elbow. Dishes it off to Pacey. Pacey drives. Puts up the shot, and he's fouled.
That'll be the first trip to the free throw line tonight.
As Redding drove to the basket, he was converged on by Richards and Logan.
And Logan's the one that picks up the foul. So with 1:18 to go in the first, we pick up the first foul of the basketball game.
Pacey Redding at the free throw line. Freshman knocks down the first free throw.
And gets points on the board for the Indians.
Redding wears number 25. He's a 6'2 freshman for Van Far.
May have heard of his dad and his uncle.
Basketball runs in the family.
Yeah, that it does.
First point of the game, 8-1 the score. Redding second free throw, no good. Richards with the rebound. He's going to bring it across half court. Van Far not picking up Louisiana until they get in their half court offense. Richards left side, hands off to Weber. Weber's going to swing it back around, drop it off Logan on the far wing. Logan guarded by Nikos Conaway. Screen from Lumley, nothing to free up Jack. He goes left side to Weber, he's going to drive into the paint, then go up top to Richards, left wide open for the three. Richards three-pointer, no good. Lumley with the rebound. He kicks it out to Weber. Weber right back to Lumley. Just inside the free throw line, he gets it to Logan. Logan's going to drive, spin, put the shot off the glass, and he hits that over Pacey Redding.
Down to 30 seconds to go here in the first.
10-1 is the score. Louisiana on top of Van Far. Utterbach, right wing, dishes off to Conaway. Conaway's going to drive, nothing there, kicks it out. Smith sees a seam. He drives, puts it up, no good. Logan keeps it alive, gets it into the hands of Weber. Weber crossed half court. Left side to Richards, back to Jack Logan, who fakes the three. Drives, bounce pass to Lumley, who kicks it out to Harrison. A wide open three, right baseline is good.
I tell you what, Louisiana is filling it from behind the arc tonight.
Coach Redding wants to talk to the Van Far Indians. 4.8 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Louisiana leads Van Far 13-1.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, Bolin Chevrolet, and Sun Window Company.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Keolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Quick inbound from the Van Far Indians as time expires. Shot goes up, no good. At the end of one quarter of play, the Van Far Indians are trailing the Louisiana Bulldogs 13-1. You're listening to Bowling Green tournament action on KJFM Radio.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and Meyer Implement Company.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102 brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Second quarter of play getting ready to get underway. Opening round of boys action at the Bowling Green tournament. The Van Far Indians on top of the Louisiana Bulldogs 13. Reverse that. The Louisiana Bulldogs on top of the Van Far Indians 13-1. And Van Far has the ball to start the second quarter. Driving, putting up the off-balance shot. It's good. Smith knocks it down. 13-3 is the score. Richards gives up his dribble, goes right side, baseline to Lumley, who's going to swing it around. Close wing, McCormick in the game for Louisiana. The Bulldogs working the ball outside the arc. Lumley at the top of the key is Richards. He's guarded by Smith. Three-point shot by McCormick up, no good. Lumley with the quick rebound and putback, can't get it to go. Coming away with the rebound is Jennings. Van Far quickly up court. Gibson left open right wing. Off the glass and the rim, no good. Conway with the rebound and the putback.
And quickly, now Louisiana wants a timeout.
Coach Matt Smith saw something he wants to talk about. The Bulldogs lead 13-5. You're listening to Area High School sports action on KJFM Radio.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Pogue Ford, Silex Banking Company, and Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
7:11 on the clock. The second quarter just underway. The Bulldogs on top of the Van Far Indians 13-5 as Louisiana looks to run their offense. Out on the right wing is Harrison. He drives, kicks it out to Logan. Logan baseline left side, shot no good. High for the rebound is Conaway. Pushes up court to Smith. Smith's going to drive into the left corner, then swing it back around, do the Van Far Indians. Jennings looks down low for a flashing Conaway, nothing there. Pacey Redding in the ball game, handling the ball on the left wing, nearest to us for Van Far. And back up top to Jennings. Jennings is guarded by Lumley. Bulldogs still on a man-to-man defense. Kenny McCormick is now on Smith. Wyatt Harrison still on Conaway. Conaway tries to back in McCormick. Harrison drives. McCormick gets a hand on it. Logan gets the loose ball and gets it to Harrison. Then back to Logan, cross half court.
Turnover-wise, both teams have played a very clean game this evening.
Donovan Richards handling the ball for the Bulldogs.
In fact, we only have one foul in the first half of this game so far.
Richards drives into the paint, puts up the shot off the glass, no good. Conway with the rebound.
Real quick, a scoring update from the other gym. Ellsbury leads Silex 27-13 in the first half.
That's the 1 seed, 8 seed matchup taking place in the high school gym. Flashing through the lane is Conaway. He gets the ball, backs in Harrison, does turn around that doesn't go from about 8. Logan collects the rebound. McCormick now to the corner. Wyatt Harrison, three-point shot up, no good. Richards taps it to Logan, who can't hold on to it. Nikos Conaway now in transition for Van Far. Going to drive, put up the shot. He gets it to go, and he's fouled.
And that is Nikos Conaway's second field goal, but it'll be his first trip to the charity stripe. He now has 4 of the 7 points.
And, of course, the young man finishes extremely well. Good body control and pretty fair free throw shooter. Safe to assume Coach Conaway, Coach Redding have reinforced the importance of free throws.
You think?
He knocks that down, and what was a 13-1 game is now a 13-8 game as the Van Far Indians are on a 7-point run. The Bulldogs look to try to stop that. McCormick with the ball. Goes left side to Logan, back up top now to Wyatt Martin, who's in the game for Louisiana. McCormick tries to get it back to Martin on the give will go, stolen away by Jennings. Conaway's going to take his time, bringing the ball across half court. Feeds it to Pacey Redding on the left wing. Back to Nikos. Gets a screen from Redding. He's going to drive, put up the shot off the glass, no good. Nikos gets his own rebound, feeds it to Jennings, who kicks it right back out to Conaway, who's going to give it back to Jennings. Drop step, tries to get inside Wyatt Martin. Between he and the basket, puts up the shot. It's no good, but he's fouled.
I was going to say, Martin was there, draws the foul, and sends Jennings to the free throw line to shoot 2.
13-8 is the score with 4:43 to go in the first half.
First free throw shot. Misses the mark. Look, I'm getting mouthed over here. Told me that looked like me shooting a free throw.
No, he hit the rim.
That's a good point. See? That he hit the rim. He did 10 times better than I do.
Eyes the next free throw. Jennings knocks that down. It's 13-9 now. Van Far is clawed back to a 4-point deficit. No full court pressure. Van Far dropping all the way back. They'll pick up Louisiana once they get in their half-court offense. Wyatt Harrison handling the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Gibson. Goes right side to Richards. Feeds it into Logan. He's double-teamed. Spin move. Puts the ball up over Conaway. No good. fighting for the rebound. Eventually coming away with it is Utterback. He gets it across half court, then into the hands of Gibson. Up top to Pacey Redding. High three-point shot. Misses everything, goes out of bounds. Smith almost kept the ball in play.
I know that Coach Redding wasn't exactly a fan of that shot based on the no he yelled afterwards, but I liked it. I thought it was a good look. He just didn't have quite the oomph there.
Richards crossed half court, goes right side to McCormick. Now to Jack, who sees a cutting Wyatt Harrison, who's going to drive, put up the shot, and get called for the charge.
So Ethan Harrison gets his first of the night, and it's another turnover for the Bulldogs.
Ethan Harrison in the game, along with Wyatt Harrison, also Donovan Richards, Jack Logan, and Kenny McCormick. Cross half court is Conaway, who will get the ball to Gibson, swings it back up top to Pacey Redding. Dishes it off right corner to Utterbach, who's going to set a screen then on Richards. Nothing there as Redding gets it back to Conaway. Conaway to Smith. Coach Redding calling for the Indians to keep that offense moving, looking for the open shot or a seam somewhere that could be exploited. Gage Gibson going to drive into the paint. Put up the shot, gets a little bit of body.
And I think Ethan Harrison's going to pick up his second foul as Gibson heads to the free throw line to shoot 2.
5 team fouls for the Bulldogs. And let's see exactly, let's count them all up. None for the Van Far Indians.
That's the math I can do.
Gibson's free throw hits the right side of the rim, the left side of the rim, the front of the rim, and goes down.
That's right. It's one of those ones that touched every single part of that rim, fell through the hoop, and all of a sudden it's a 3-point game, Gordon.
So we're now looking at a 9-point run for Van Far after Louisiana was up 13-1. Free throw's good. It's been trimmed to a 2-point game. Sub coming into the ball game
for Cody Smith.
Brandon Lay coming back in. Cody Smith taking a seat.
Getting a little breather there.
Gibson, Lay, Conaway, Utterbach, and Redding on the floor for the Van Far Indians. Donovan Richards brings it across half court. Right side to Wyatt Harrison. And there's a foul called away from the ball. It's going to go against Pacey Redding.
It is going to go against Redding. That's the first team foul for Van Far in this half. And we have 3:23 to go.
As you mentioned, pretty clean game.
It's been a very clean game.
Trying to feed it inside to Logan. Logan's basically double teamed. Looks to put the shot up over. Conway gets it to go.
When all else fails,
breaks
go
the
up.
Scoring drought for the Louisiana Bulldogs, who find themselves up now by 4. 15-11 is the score with 3:07 to go. Handling the ball on the right wing. Gibson hands it off to Conaway. Conaway is going to drive through the paint on the left block, kicks it out to Lay. 3-point shot now at the top from Lay to Gibson. Gibson shot no good. Coming away with it, the Bulldogs. Jack Logan quickly up court. Wyatt Harrison's going to take the 3 from the right wing. No good. High for the rebound is Redding. Looking to wrap him up is Donovan Richards.
Oh, wow.
And a foul's going to be called.
I think Louisiana fans, much like a lot of others in attendance here, thought that Richards had his hand on it for a jump ball call.
And have to assume that maybe went through him a little bit for that.
You know, their backs were to us, so we couldn't exactly see what was on the other side happening there.
Conaway gets it across half court, still being guarded like a glove by Harrison. 3-point shot right wing is good by Gibson. That makes it 15-14. 2:25 to go in the first half of play. Richards crossed half court, calling out the Bulldog offense. Goes left side to Wyatt Harrison. Quick feed into Lumley, getting a hand on it as Utterback.
2:14 to go here in the half. Louisiana leads by 1, 15-14. In the other gym, still in the second quarter, Ellsbury leads Silex 39-17.
Cody Smith back into the game. Pacey Redding takes a seat. Bulldogs inbound. Lumley to Donovan Richards, to Martin, to Harrison rather, then to Lumley, then around to Logan, who's on the right wing. Now Latrell Weber's going to spring it all the way around. The far side is Donovan Richards. He's being guarded out near half court.
Utterback really came out, put some pressure out there.
Latrell Weber being guarded by Smith, drives, kicks it out to Wyatt Harrison, who had his foot on the baseline when he was heading out there to get that ball. Maybe wasn't expecting it to come his direction
again, we talked about, you know, how there's not a lot of space in this gym. That out of bounds line is right there. And with the cheerleaders there, it's even more crowded.
Van Far gets it across half court. Conaway guarded by Harrison. Tight D decides to put up the shot. It's no good. The rebound, Richards ahead to Harrison. Harrison drives high off the glass. No good. Collected by Conaway. Now Cody Smith in transition is going to pull up for the three-point shot left wing. It's no good. Logan gets the rebound. Louisiana up by 1, 15-14 the score. Jack Logan pushes his way into the paint, puts up the turnaround shot, no good. Gets his own rebound off the tip from Richards. He misses that. Loose ball. Coming away with it is Brendan Lay. In transition, right block, jumper off the glass, no good. Donovan Richards back the other direction. Goes right side to Harrison. Wyatt's left open. He puts up the three. It's no good.
The lid's on both baskets.
Conaway gets the rebound. There's less than a minute to go. And at this point, Van Far is probably going to look for one bucket to take the lead.
Now, normally when we say that, they make liars out of us.
Utterbach puts up the shot. Off the rim, no good. And Lumley's got it. I swore I saw Coach Redding's hand go up. Nice pass from Weber to Harrison, who's wide open on the blocks, puts the ball off the glass, good for 2. And it's now Louisiana up by 3 with less than 30 seconds. At this point.
Yeah, right.
Cody Smith with the ball for Van Far at the top of the key. He goes left side to Conaway. 15 seconds. Utterbach in the paint. Looks to put the shot up over Logan. Gets it to go. Cody Smith, rather, with the bucket. Gets it to go. So Louisiana at the other end of the court. Donovan Richards, less than 3 seconds. Weber at the buzzer. 3-point shot off the rim. No good.
So at the half, it's a 1-point game. Louisiana leads Van Far 17-16. Your halftime report's coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercBK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
On every journey, you should enjoy peace of mind. I'm Corey Buchanan. At Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, we take pride in keeping you protected. That's why we offer discounts for good students, safe driving, and more. Trust us to look out for the road ahead. For a free insurance quote on your home, auto, farm, or ATV needs, give myself or
Shelley Clucky
a call today. Pike County Mutual Insurance Company, on the square in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
A whole bunch of basketball action from the 98th annual Bowling Green tournament this week on Eagle 102. Yesterday was first round play in the girls bracket. Today, first round play in the boys bracket. Games in both gymnasiums, in the high school gym, in the middle school gym. The James A. Wilson Gymnasium is where we are right now.
The OG gym.
That's true. This is where it all began.
That's right.
The Bowling Green Bobcats will be playing a little bit later this evening. Bowling Green squares off against the Clopton Hawks.
Yes, that game will take place at 6:50 over in the high school gym. That's going to be an outstanding matchup.
And this week, we were talking about it a little bit earlier in the day today. You see an awful lot of EMO teams squaring off, so they're teams that are very familiar with each other. Some thinking it depends on what your school of thought is. Some really like seeing the EMO matchups and what you have with the Bowling Green tournament, with
Correct.
the Clopton tournament. But teams also like to see some unfamiliar teams at times during the year too, which the Van Far Indians got to do in Palmyra.
Correct. And, I kind of feel like if you fall into that category, then you're probably going to look for a team or a tournament other than or in addition to Bowling Green. You can come into Bowling Green, and we've heard so many people talk about how much they love this tournament. We talked to, our coaches, Brett Redding, Matt Smith, the people who used to play in these tournaments as players talk about the memories they have as players and how much fun it is to coach in them. So there's that nostalgic feeling. If you want to see teams outside of that, then you're going to look for that second tournament, or you're going to get other looks from teams outside the EMO.
Well, and especially when you're talking about a full community.
Absolutely.
You're basically covering the entire area. So from that standpoint, when you're looking at Louisiana and Clopton, Bowling Green and Van Far, Silex, Ellsbury, there's just a little bit different feel and has been for decades.
There is, and I think maybe some of, we'll use Brett and Matt as an example. When they played, that's when all the games were still played in one gym, over in the high school gym for the most part, unless there was bad weather that forced it in here. But that's when the gyms were so packed that they still had to get the rope out and rope it off, especially on championship night. The electricity that was in there because everybody was so close they could be at the games, in the stands, cheering them on. It was a whole other feeling of just excitement and going in. I think there's a little bit of that lost these days. Unfortunately, I'd like to see it come back. You're so close. Come help build that excitement, that, be in the stands, cheer on your teams. We enjoy if you're listening at home and or watching at home and you're cheering them on, but these players can't hear you rooting for them from there.
It goes beyond from, and this is going to be a partly personal and from a somewhat selfish standpoint, but we're broadcasting the games. Enjoy doing that. Enjoy bringing it to the folks who can't be here. And very often with work schedules and travel and health and things along those lines. Yeah, there are an awful lot of reasons there, but being able to, through the course of the week leading up to the games, reminding folks about the matchups and what goes into play, whether you're able to make it out to the ball game or if you're at home or if you're listening to the ball game later, all of those things. The ultimate goal is to fill the stands and to provide that experience.
Yes, and it's for the kids. Some people are like, well, no, it's for the kids. They want to look up there. They want to see the stands full. They want to feel your energy as well. So maybe even if you can't make it out this week because of work schedules, so on and so forth, if you don't have anything to do Friday night or Saturday night, come out, enjoy it. There's great food at the concession stands, so you don't have to cook. That's number one. You can just come here and have a great meal. Number two, you're going to run into some old friends, some old teammates, some classmates. There's going to be something going on here at Bowling Green High School through the weekend.
So not looking to start a debate at halftime. I don't disagree with you when you say it is for the kids, but even deeper than that, the communities. And I know you agree, too. We've talked about it. The sense of community that you just don't have the same way in larger areas. And if you haven't experienced both, that may sound foreign. It may sound strange. But in larger communities, that sense of community through high school sports isn't always the same. The young men and women who represent their communities on the court, and sometimes you get caught up with the basketball game and the wins and the losses, but how you represent your communities and that sense of pride, when your team's doing well. Everybody in town knows your team is doing well.
Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, and it's just creates a very, very positive feeling that resonates through the community, and that to me is one of the coolest parts about high school sports.
It's amazing. That's going to take care of the halftime report. We'll be back with second half action after this here on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Calumet of Missouri, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Salem Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, "The sweetest fruits of life come from serving others." And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Gordon Sanders, Marianne Everhart broadcasting from Bowling Green High School, the middle school portion of the high school. The 98th annual Bowling Green tournament. The Van Far Indians and Louisiana Bulldogs squaring off in opening round play. Louisiana jumped out to a quick start, Marianne.
They did. They ended the first quarter up 13-1, but then Van Far went on a 15-4 run in the second quarter.
17-16 is the score. The Bulldogs up by 1 at the half against the Van Far Indians. Third quarter of play getting ready to get underway. Louisiana starting off with the same starting five. Jack Logan on the court along with Donovan Richards, Latrell Weber, Wyatt Harrison, and Cooper Lumley.
And Jack Logan is leading the scores tonight for Louisiana with 7. Wyatt Harrison and Cooper Lumley each with 5. Leading scoring for Van Far is Gage Gibson and Nikos Conaway. They each have 5. And we'll pass some more information along here before too long.
Van Far starting off with the same starting 5. Jennings on the court along with Conaway, Smith, Utterback, and also Gage Gibson. Louisiana with the ball. They inbound at half court. Weber dishes off to Harrison. Lumley at top of the key goes left side to Logan. Swings it back around up top to Weber, who's going to look to drive and get tagged for the travel.
Really, as far as turnovers go, Louisiana had 4 in the first half, with Van Far having 2. Of course, those are all unofficial.
And as we mentioned, a relatively clean,
very clean
first half of play as well. Van Far inbounds. Harrison's on Conaway immediately. His job is to try to slow Nikos down, obviously. Stayed glued to him. Utterback, right elbow. Gets the ball to Smith. Smith's going to spin in the paint. Nothing there as he's guarded by Richards. Kicks it out to Conaway. Gibson now right side to Jennings. Jennings looks for a flashing Nikos Conaway. Nothing there, so he's going to swing it back around the other direction. Smith, bounce pass to Utterback. Utterback going to drive, put the shot up over Logan. No good. Look to spin and get it to go that time. Could not. Rebound hauled in by Richards. Bulldogs quickly up court. Logan right side into the corner to Weber. Now to Lumley, who's going to swing it around. Top of the key. Richards going to drive from the free throw line, then feed it into the corner to Harrison, who kicks it right back out.
Really thought Weber was going to look and take that downtown shot. I mean, he's open. Like to see him drain one from out there, and then all of a sudden Utterback will have to come out and put some pressure on him.
Weber bounce pass to Logan. Logan, who's on the right baseline, he just swings it right back out. Skip pass to Lumley. Lumley passes up the 3, drives into the paint, goes into the corner. Harrison right back to Weber, down on the blocks. Gives up his dribble, then goes to Lumley, who sends it all the way back out to Donovan Richards, and Louisiana resets their offense. Richards right elbow to Harrison. Harrison's going to drive, kick it out to Richards. Given a little bit of space is Richards by Cody Smith. Now on the switch, Utterback. Richards into the paint, nothing there. He kicks it out. And driving baseline is Wyatt Harrison. Nothing there from him. Stolen away as he was trying to go back up top to Donovan Richards. Cody Smith gets his hand on the ball. And it's Van Far Indians' turn on offense. Long possession for the Bulldogs.
That was.
And they come away with nothing. And Van Far has a chance to reset. Smith's going to drive into the paint, tries to get the shot off. Getting a hand in there is Donovan Richards, and he's going to get called for the foul.
So that'll be Richards' second foul, and sending Smith to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Cody Smith currently has 2 points on the night.
17-16. 5:41 with Smith at the free throw line. Action taking place in the high school gym. That game is online in its entirety at kjfmradio.com.
Last I heard, I have not looked recently, it was a 41-19 lead for Ellsbury as they were starting the second half. We'll check in and get a scoring update on those here in just a bit.
1 seed Ellsbury against 8 seed Silex.
This is the first lead of the night for Van Far.
18-17 is the score. Louisiana inbounding, a little bit of pressure, primarily in the form of Smith on Richards. Donovan gets it across half court, goes left wing to Logan. Couple dribbles. He's going to look to drive, see if he can back in. Nikos gets into the paint. Turnaround shot good by Logan.
Give him 9 on the night.
And the Bulldogs take back the lead. They're up by 1, 19-18. Conaway goes right side to Jennings. He's guarded by Lumley, brings it back around up top. Utterback is guarded by Logan. Logan staying in the blocks. 3-point shot up by Nikos. No good. Jennings with the rebound. He's going to feed a driving Nikos Conaway. Has his shot partially blocked by Logan. Utterback puts it up. It's no good. Logan collects it off the glass and quickly pushes it up court. He's going to go into the paint, drop a shoulder. Utterback hits the floor. Logan puts the shot up. It's no good. And Van Far comes away with the rebound.
We knew this was going to be a good back-and-forth game, Gordon, and they're living up to it.
Gage Gibson backs out near half court, looking to set up the Indians' offense, working around outside the arc. Smith looks for a cutting Gibson, nothing there. Now up top to Jennings. Gage Gibson on the near wing, swing it around to Smith, far wing, Nikos Conaway. Van Far Indians going from the left to right of your radio dial. On the left elbow is Utterback. Sees a cutting Jennings who loses the handle on the ball. Jack Logan comes away with it. Logan up the far side of the court. Now to Latrell Weber. Goes left side to Lumley. Then back out to Richards as the Bulldogs look to set up their offense.
Very low-scoring quarter here with we're under 4 minutes to go in the third.
Jack Logan, right side baseline, off the pass from Richards, knocks down the 3.
He has all 5 points here in the second half for the Bulldogs.
And it's a 4-point lead for Louisiana. Jennings with the ball on the left wing. He's guarded by Lumley. Flashing through the lane is Conaway. 3-point shot, top of the key, knocked down by Cody Smith.
He's got an answer for it, and Smith has all 5 points for the for the Indians.
Now Louisiana looks to set up their offense. Van Far not picking them up till they get in their half-court offense. Donovan Richards drives into the paint, spin move.
They're going to call the foul on Cody Smith, but they're going to call it on the floor, so they waved off the bucket.
The spin by Richards, a little bit of contact there. Smith went down hard, but bounced right back up.
So Redding and Lay return to the basketball game for Smith and Jennings.
Shot put up, no good. Coming away with the rebound is Richards. Putting it right back up is Weber.
That's his first 2 points of the night.
Cross half court is Conaway. 24-21 the score. 3:02 to go in the third quarter of play. Redding left side to Lay. Lay sees a flashing Gibson, nothing there. Up at the top is Utterback. Bounce pass right side to Conaway. As Van Far working at the top of the key, right side to Pacey Redding, who's back in. And then into the hands of Nikos Conaway again. Van Far working their offense. Utterback calling for a flashing Nikos Conaway. Utterback with it now. Far elbow guarded by Jack Logan. Anytime Utterback leaves the paint, Logan leaves him free. Driving, putting up the shot. No good is Gibson. Logan can't corral it, but Richards comes away with it. Quickly up court, tries to get to Wyatt Harrison, who looks to save the ball. He was going down right corner baseline, far baseline. Almost went out of bounds. Harrison kept it in play, and then it went out of bounds. Last touch by Louisiana.
Again, another scoring update from the high school gym. Number 1, Ellsbury leads number 8 to Silex 55-32, still in the third quarter.
Van Far inbounds the ball. Conaway's going to lead the attack at the top of the key. He gets it to Utterback. Goes left side, back to Conaway. Gets a screen from Utterback. Not enough to free him up for a look. And Van Far continues to work the ball around the horn. Redding, Gibson, Conaway, Utterback, and Lay on the court for the Van Far Indians. Utterback with the ball as he goes right side. Redding now right elbow, then backs it right back out. Redding now being picked up by Jack Logan. And then they switch back. Going inside to Utterback, guarded by Logan, puts up the shot, no good. Utterback gets his own rebound, has the ball blocked by Jack Logan, but gets it back out to Redding. Three-point shot in and out.
Went around
and
the
the
world.
rebound went out of bounds, touched by Conaway.
Yeah, it went around the world about twice, and it fell out.
Good hustle by Utterback to get those boards back. And with 1:21 on the clock, the Bulldogs lead by 3, 24-21 over the Van Far Indians. Van Far fresh off claiming a Palmyra Tournament championship on Saturday evening against the number 1 seed Panthers. Louisiana working the ball around outside the arc. Weber into the game as McCormick for Louisiana. Weber's going to put up the runner from the free throw line. No good. Conaway comes away with the rebound. We're now under a minute. Pacey Redding left side to Brendan Lay. Up top now is Gibson. Man-to-man defense still from the Bulldogs with Jack Logan just staying at home in the paint. Utterback wide open from the left elbow. Gives it up to Gibson. Now to Conaway. Conaway's going to drive, guarded by Harrison. Puts up the shot, no good. Logan gets a hand on the rebound, but Conaway's quickly in there to wrap him up.
He wraps him up and enough to call it jump ball. Possession arrow will stay with the Indians.
Lay the trigger man, guarded by McCormick. Finally gets into Pacey Redding on the right wing, then up top to Gage Gibson. Weber playing off Gibson, and Gibson's called for the double dribble.
He did. Went to move, and I think he just got that second hand on there. Cody Smith's going to return. He was limping a little bit after taking that hard fall as Lay takes a seat. And right in front of us, Louisiana's going to inbound the basketball.
Weber was quick to point out the travel. The whistle blew almost as soon as he was doing that. Louisiana inbounds. Wyatt Harrison crossed half court, dishes it off to Weber, right side. Now up top to Jack Logan. To Lumley. Right side, McCormick passes up the three, then drives. Goes left baseline to Wyatt Harrison. Three-point shot off the rim. Weak side rebound by Pacey Redding. 5 seconds. Conaway crossed half court. Drives in the paint. Can't get the shot to go. He's fouled on the ground.
And that'll be Nico's second trip to the free throw line tonight.
0.4 seconds.
Nope, they said it was on the ground. So they've got enough time to tip it in, basically, is what they've got.
Smith calls for a sub. He has to leave again. He's hobbling.
I think he hurt his back a little bit when he took that fall. He was pointing to it earlier.
And doing the same as he's called out this time. 0.4 seconds.
So basically they're going to have to look to get it maybe into Jennings or somebody.
Conaway lobs it in, putting the shot up at the buzzer.
That's right, and Lay gets fouled, so he's going to get to shoot too.
With nobody on the blocks as time has expired in the third quarter of play. Louisiana right now is up 24-21. The cheerleaders get backed off the court since we've got a couple free throws taking place.
In their defense, it was on the other end. I think they missed that they counted the foul, so they've got to wait for this quarter to end as Lay's first free throw shot is up.
First one is good by Brendan Lay. 24-22 is the score. Has a chance to pull Van Far to 1 going into the fourth quarter. Second free throw's up, off the back of the rim, no good.
That's how the third quarter ends. Louisiana has a 2-point lead, 24-22. We've got the final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Young Enterprises Incorporated, and Pepsi.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
As we're getting started here in the fourth quarter, want to let you know that there's some 50-50 drawings going on this evening and throughout the week. They are doing one now for Mrs. Starks And then they're also doing one for Derek Feldman. So if you come out and you see people hitting up those 50-50 drawings, they're definitely for good reason. So we'll pass along some more information on that coming up in just a moment.
Flashing into the paint, getting the pass is Jack Logan, who hits the turnaround. That's how Louisiana starts the fourth quarter of play. Van Far looks to answer as they're quickly up court. Jennings with the ball, goes right side to Conaway, swinging it back around to Pacey Redding up top, left side to Gibson. Bounce pass on the right wing just inside the arc is Jennings, who then dishes it back off to Pacey Redding, who backs out near half court. Redding is guarded by McCormick. Have to assume Van Far would like Redding to be on the blocks at some point. Gets the shot to go, the three-pointer over McCormick. Can't knock it down. Cooper Lumley with the rebound. Kenny McCormick with it at the other end on the left wing. Goes now to Logan, right side.
McCormick has been held scoreless in this one so far.
Jack Logan drives in, kicks it out to Weber, swings it around to Cooper Lumley, and the Bulldogs look to still reset things on offense. They led 13-1 after the first quarter of play, but Van Far had a 15-4 second quarter. Jack Logan puts up the soft turnaround from the right elbow, doesn't get it to go, and the Van Far Indians come away with the rebound. 6:38 to go in this ball game. Looking to see who advances in the championship bracket. Van Far Indians running their offense, working outside the arc. Slashing through the paint is Conaway and Jennings. Jennings at the top of the key right now, guarded by Lumley, goes left side to Gibson. Gibson sees the seam, then kicks it out to Redding. Redding's three-point shot is good. There's enough of a height difference between Pacey Redding and Kenny McCormick. If McCormick's not already there, he's not going to be able to stop the three. Driving at the other end is Jack Logan, looking for a foul, doesn't get it. Instead, the rebound is hauled in by the Van Far Indians. Brendan Lay knocks down the shot from the left baseline.
And the Indians are back on top.
27-26 is the score. Van Far on top. Right side is Weber. Swings it around to McCormick. Now right elbow is Lumley. Jennings is behind Lumley. Lumley dishes it off to Weber. Weber guarded by Pacey Redding. Outside the arc on the right wing. Now into the hands of Wyatt Harrison, who likes the idea of pulling up over Gibson. Spin, drives in the paint, tries to get to Logan. Knocked away by Conaway. Conaway out in front, pushing up the court, left side, off the glass.
And Nikos Conaway gets the bucket. He's got 7 on the night. We've got a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well. Van Far leads Louisiana 29-26. You're listening to Bowling Green Tournament Action on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Lynn's Heritage House, Knight Equipment Company, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
29-26 is our score. The Van Far Indians have stormed back. They were trailing by 4 just moments ago to the Louisiana Bulldogs, and then now lead by 3.
And this is the largest lead they've had of the night, is the 3. They've led by 1 once or twice this evening, but they've taken the 3-point lead in this one.
Matt Smith just called the timeout for Louisiana. Louisiana setting up their offense. Richards on the court along with Weber, Logan, Lumley, and Harrison. Swinging the ball around left side. Harrison's got it outside the arc. Gets a screen from Lumley. Gets past Gibson, but then gives up his dribble and has to kick it back out to Lumley. Worked all the way around right side to Richards, who's been relatively quiet offensively. Drives into the paint, kicks it out to Harrison, up top to Weber. Weber now into the paint and back out to Richards. Left wide open again for the 3. And now going right side to Weber again. Lob inside to Logan. Logan, turnaround shot. No good. Lots of rim. Comes off it and is collected by Jennings, who gets it to Conaway. Now to Gibson. Gibson out on the right wing for the Van Far Indians. Gives up his dribble. Bounce pass inside to Jennings. Looks to back in Lumley. Logan's there too. Kicks it out to Lay. 3-point shot off the rim. No good. Jennings high with the rebound. Drops his head. Puts the shot up, and a foul's going to be called.
They did, and you know, we talked about it a couple different times. If you're going to drop your shoulder and your head and go into that defender, they're going to call it every time.
So the foul goes against Van Far, who's still up by 3 with 4:18 to go.
Should note, though, that's only the third foul of the game for Van Far.
2 fouls in the half for the Van Far Indians, only 3 for the Bulldogs. I mentioned it before, relatively clean play all evening. Richards goes right side. Wyatt Harrison will take a 3 from the top of the key. Barely catches the front of the rim. Ball hits the floor and is quickly collected by Nikos Conaway. Conaway cross half court, less than 4 minutes to go in this game. Goes right side to Lay. Lay to Jennings. Left wide open for a 3 at the top of the key, off the right side of the rim and out of bounds. It'll be Bulldogs ball. Weber, the trigger man, gets into Richards. He'll take his time bringing it up the court.
In the other game, Ellsbury leads Silex 71-38 in the final quarter.
That's the 1 seed, 8 seed game. Donovan Richards sees a seam, drives baseline, puts the ball off the glass.
Richards, that's his first 2 points of the night.
Bucket's good, and it's now a 1-point game.
29-28 score. Van Far leads as Coach Redding takes a timeout with 3:23 to go here in the ball game. You're listening to Bowling Green Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency, Hayden's Motorsports, and La Crosse Lumber Company.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
We're in the fourth quarter of action at James A. Wilson Gymnasium, the Bowling Green Middle School Gym, 98th annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. The Van Far Indians are up by 1 over the Louisiana Bulldogs by a score of 29-28 with 3 minutes and 23 seconds on the clock.
Tell you what, we knew this was going to be a good matchup, Gordon, and it really has. And I tell you what, I can't even tell you if you had to pick coming into this game, this is who I picked to win this one. I don't even know that you could.
Louisiana Bulldogs inbounding, the Van Far Indians inbounding the ball with some pressure from the Bulldogs. Wyatt Harrison has been stuck all evening long to Nikos Conaway. Conaway backs him across half court on the right wing. Now swings it around left side to Lay, who's got considerably more room to work with than Nikos has had. Lay, three-point shot, loosely defended by Logan, no good. Air ball collected by Pacey Redding. Redding down below the basket. He kicks it out to Lay, swings it around to Gibson, passes up the three-point shot, drives into the paint, and then he's going to kick it out. Van Far resets again on offense. Nikos right side to Jennings. Jennings guarded by Logan. Bulldogs still man-to-man defense. Lay to Gibson. Gibson right side to Pacey Redding. Redding guarded by Donovan Richards. Now up top to Jennings. Dishes it off to Conaway. Van Far with the lead. They're up by 1. Less than 2.5 minutes, so every possession huge from this point. Van Far can kill a lot of clock with this offense. Jennings left side to Redding. Redding's going to drive around to the top of the key.
And the sad part is nobody's even close to the bonus. So you can't even foul to try and get possession back.
Lay's going to swing left elbow, nothing there. He's up in the air, loose ball, fighting for it is Harrison. Conaway comes away with it on the floor. We've got a timeout for Van Far.
2:01 to go here in the ball game. Van Far leads Louisiana 29-28. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Bowling Green Pharmacy, Bessler Insurance Agency, a branch of Country Financial, Alicia Koenig, owner and broker of Remax Realty Shop, and Kraus Realty.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a Taste of Philly.
Good timeout that time by Van Far to avoid possibly picking up a foul there, as Conaway and Harrison were both on the floor.
They were.
Conaway had the ball for a moment, but was being double-teamed from the ground. Van Far will now be inbounding the ball with 2 minutes and 1 second on the clock and a 1-point lead.
All right. So Jennings will have the inbound honors.
He's the trigger man near half court. As Falloon hands him the ball, he's guarded loosely by Lumley. Now to Pacey Redding. Delay, swung around right side, close wing. Conaway, and then into the hands of Gibson. Gibson will back out near half court. He's being guarded by Weber. Right side by Lay, and Jack Logan's going to foul.
That's only his second.
So at the point now, we're going to have to accumulate a few fouls if you want to be able to.
This is definitely not my favorite part of the game. It's all strategic.
And it changes a little bit if a shot clock's in the equation.
It does.
Deep pass into the backcourt, almost got away from Gibson. He tracked it down by the baseline. Weber now with some full court pressure. Louisiana looking for the steal, but will take the foul. Knocking it away that time is Weber, but coming away with it is Redding. Now stolen by Jack Logan. In transition, Logan into the paint. Going to put up the shot, no good. Goes off the rim, rebound collected by Conaway. That was the break the Bulldogs were looking for, weren't able to convert on offense. So they're back in the same situation, but now a minute 12 on the clock. Van Far looking to kill a little bit more of it. Pacey Redding goes to Conaway, swings it back around to Jennings up top, working the ball outside the arc. Basically a weave off the hands of Lay. Loose ball being fought for. The over and back's going to put the ball in the hands of the Louisiana Bulldogs.
Coach Matt Smith was calling for his Bulldogs to come out and apply that pressure. Looks like we have a final in the other gym. Ellsbury gets the win over Silex, 77-46.
So Ellsbury advances on in the championship bracket. Silex moves into consolation play. We're under a minute, 48 seconds. Louisiana trailing by 1, 29-28, low-scoring affair. Donovan Richards to Weber. Weber to Lumley. Outside the arc to Logan. Logan passes up the three. He's trying to back in Conaway. Now gets it to Wyatt Martin. And the Bulldogs want a timeout to talk about it.
29-28 our score. Indians on top with the timeout with 32 ticks to go here in the ball game. You're listening to Bowling Green Invitational Tournament action on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Southside, Castile's Color Wheel, and Bibb Beach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory.
Northeast Missouri Title Company is proud to serve Louisiana and the surrounding areas. They also believe, much like the area athletes, hard work and dedication are what lead to a winning team. Northeast Missouri Title Company wishes all area athletes the very best this season and hopes to see everyone out supporting their favorite teams with excitement and good sportsmanship. Northeast Missouri Title Company at 4th and Tennessee Streets in Louisiana.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
Marianne, the way both teams like to get up and down the court, I think if you would have told me it was 29-28 at the half, I would have believed you.
Yeah, no kidding. A very low-scoring game. I think we saw that in the first quarter when at the end of the first quarter the score is 13-1.
Louisiana inbounds the ball, 30 seconds less than now on the clock. Weber at the top of the key. He's being guarded by Pacey Redding. Dishes off to Donovan Richards. 21 seconds. Lumley with the ball near the free throw line. Into the hands of Donovan Richards. He's going to drive in the paint, kick it out to Wyatt Harrison. Three-point shot off the rim. No good. Gibson gets the rebound and is immediately wrapped up.
So only Harrison's second foul, only the 15th foul. Still 12.7 seconds to go. So whoever gets the inbounds.
At this point, Bulldogs hard pressed to put the Van Far Indians at the free throw line, so they're going to be going for the steal. Van Far inbounds to Lay to Gibson, and Gibson's fouled again. And only 1.5 more seconds disappears from the clock. That's the third foul on Wyatt Harrison. It's going to be Lay inbounding again. 29-28, 1-point lead, 11.2 seconds. Lay gets into Gibson. Gibson, not fouled that time, gets away from Donovan Richards and is finally fouled, but there's another 4 seconds gone.
Yeah, that was on Richards, so we're going to walk to the other end, shoot a 1-and-1.
Finally putting Van Far in the bonus.
So Gage Gibson heads to the charity stripe. Utterback returns the ball game for Jennings.
Again, 29-28, determining who will advance. Down on the blocks, Lumley and Jack Logan. Logan, the far side blocks. At the free throw line is Gibson, 7.5 seconds on the clock. Van Far up by 1. Gibson knocks down the first free throw. The Indians are now up by a pair.
So, but even if he drains this one, it's still a one-possession game.
Lay and Pacey Redding on the deep blocks for the Van Far Indians. Gibson shot up, no good. Rebound collected by Lumley. Lumley gets it to Logan, and Logan's fouled. The Van Far Indians, with just their third team foul, can kill some clock.
Nope, because we're going to take another timeout. So with 5 seconds left to go in the ball game, Van Far leads Louisiana 30-28. We'll keep it right here, Gordon. As soon as this game is over with, we will move over to the high school gym as number 2 Clopton is going to take on number 7 Bowling Green. After Ellsbury, the number 1 seed, got the win over Silex by the score of 77-46.
30-28 is our score here as you're listening to Bowling Green tournament action on KJFM Radio and online at kjfmradio.com, the KJFM Radio app, also on Alexa, and possibly following along with video streaming.
That's right.
Online through the YouTube channel.
We have not talked about it. There is that still possibility of some winter weather moving in. We know that there are some schools more to the south that have called off school so far for tomorrow.
Marianne, a firm believer that the more you talk about it, the less likely it is to happen.
Yes, that is exactly what I believe. But stay tuned to KJFM Radio, kjfmradio.com, the Facebook page. We'll have all closings and cancellations for you on there as well, plus any changes that happen to come our way because of the snow regarding the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament.
5.1 seconds. Full court pressure from Van Far. Again, only 3 team fouls, so they can foul and just kill some clock. At that point, Donovan Richards with the ball makes it across half court, and we've got a quick timeout for the Bulldogs.
So what Coach Matt Smith wanted, I think, is he wanted to get that ball right in front of his bench, an inbounds play there. They wanted to get across, kind of see how Van Far was set up in that half court defense. And then he had a play in mind that he wanted, but he wants that ball right there in front of the bench for whatever it is they're coming up with.
Didn't get the immediate timeout. Refs are conferring right now. 1.4 seconds is what's left on the clock.
And
I think there was a quick appeal for
some more time.
Yes, ma'am, I believe so.
And so they're checking a few things out right now. Want to also give a shout out. We've here in the middle school gym, which is where you and I were last night and tonight. Nice cheerleading squads out. We've had fun seeing them out. Always enjoy when they're out as well. We have some really nice big squads around the area this year, and it's nice to see.
30-28, 2 seconds to 1.4 seconds left in the ball game. 2 points is the lead. 3 team fouls for the Van Far Indians, so they can commit a foul as long as you get it on the floor. It's just killing clock.
That's right.
So a decided advantage beyond the 2 points right now for the Van Far Indians with that little bit of wiggle room.
Well, and you figure that Louisiana's going to try and get the ball into Jack Logan more than likely.
Going to have to be a quick shot. The inbounds handled by Lumley. Lumley gets it down low to Logan, knocked away. Van Far controls possession. Pacey Redding gets the pass that was knocked away from Jack Logan. As time expires, the Van Far Indians get the win, knocking off the Louisiana Bulldogs by a score of 30-28. You're listening to Bowling Green tournament action on KJFM Radio.
Bowling Green tournament coverage with Eagle 102 Sports brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar LLC, County Market, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Building your forever home can be complicated, but your construction loan doesn't have to be. If you're thinking about building, come see the knowledgeable loan staff at Silex Banking Company. We have the experience to help you through the process, a cost-effective mentality, and the dedication to give you individualized service. For your home construction loan, see Silex Banking Company, your locally owned and operated independent bank. Silex Banking Company, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company is a proud sponsor of the local schools and their athletes. When it's time to quench that thirst, reach for one of the many Pepsi products found in the local concession stands, including Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Sundrop, or the all-new Starry Lemon Lime. If you are wanting something other than soda, enjoy Bubbler, Clarbrun Water, Lipton Teas, Gatorade, and more. Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company in New Haven and Bowling Green wishes all the area athletes a great season.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
We're going to be putting a quick wrap on this ball game, then sending it to the high school gymnasium as we've got the Clopton Hawks squaring off against the Bowling Green Bobcats in our nightcap, if you will, this evening. Also taking place, the Winfield Warriors against the North Callaway Thunderbirds. They'll be playing as well in the middle school gym tonight. Marianne, a quick recap of this ball game. One of the first games you put a spotlight on when looking at the brackets when it came out, with Louisiana and Van Far squaring off.
That's right. And, we talked about, the two teams, they had a good matchup at the beginning of the year, with both of them running pretty high, getting some big wins. And last week, we talked about Palmyra being the Palmyra tournament champions. Louisiana came in, opened up hot. They ended the first quarter up 13-1. The second quarter, Van Far went on a scoring streak, but Louisiana still ended the quarter and going into halftime up 17-16, so low-scoring first half. At the end of the third quarter, it was only a 2-point game. Still, Louisiana on top, 24-22, and in that fourth quarter, Van Far was able to get ahead, and they kept it.
If you would have told Coach Matt Smith ahead of time that Nikos Conaway wouldn't end up in double digits,
no,
he probably would have taken
7
that.
points.
Yeah,
7
so
points.
If you went with the under in this ball game, you're probably really happy right now.
Possibly.
Final score: the Van Far Indians defeated the Louisiana Bulldogs by a score of 30-28 to advance on in the championship bracket. The Louisiana Bulldogs go to the consolation bracket.
That's right. Now we're going to take a moment. We're going to send it over to Mark and Maddie as they're getting ready for that Bowling Green Clopton matchup. So from a wrap from the middle school gym, it was Van Far upsetting Louisiana 30-28. You've been listening to Bowling Green tournament action on Eagle 102.